Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. So let's go and start this. If you can hear me, brother, I think there's only one person here, but if you can hear me, please, like send a message in the chat. Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. So let's go and start this. If you can hear me, brother, I think there's only one person here, but if you can hear me, please, like send a message in the chat. Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. So let's go and start this. If you can hear me, brother, I think there's only one person here, but if you can hear me, please, like send a message in the chat. Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. So let's go and start this. If you can hear me, brother, I think there's only one person here, but if you can hear me, please, like send a message in the chat. Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. So let's go and start this. If you can hear me, brother, I think there's only one person here, but if you can hear me, please, like send a message in the chat. Assalamu alaikum. Seems like we're live now. Okay, maybe I fixed it. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it should be working now. Let's try. Let me try playing this.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
Okay, I think it's working. So sorry about that. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdurrahman. I'm the person who made the Recite app. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a little session to kind of walk people through how you should kind of properly use the app. There are a few people that asked me to make some type of video like this. So I thought I'd do that. So I think we can first start with, let's see. So I want to start with this Adhan Nahawand recitation. One is because, I like it. It's actually the first, recitation that I put into the game, into the app. And so I thought it'd be a good place to start. So we can start and we will check out the learn mode. So that we can, this is the best for, practicing. So let's start. Okay.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Okay, so the first thing we can do, or I guess here, let me make my attempt.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Okay, so now we've made our attempt. Let's maybe go back so we can use this button, this show notes button, so we can actually see like what are the notes the reciter recited with. So let's actually go back. Okay. So first of all, we can see one thing, which is that it's actually really simple what this reciter has done here. Like if I just recite to somebody and I say repeat after me and I just go like Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, that may sound nice to them, but they may not actually know like, okay, but like what do I do with my voice? But here with this app, now we can actually see the exact notes that he uses, and it's really clear what he does. That it's actually only just three notes, right? So he starts on a particular note, and he says a few words at that note, and then he goes down one note, and then another, and then he stays on that note for a little bit, and then he goes up to that second note, and then up to the third one. So it's pretty simple, right? It's just 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So once we see it like that, we're like, okay, well, it's actually, it is really simple what we have to do. Another thing to note is that, so he says a few words at the same note, right? So that's a skill that we need to build up, which is the ability to say multiple words, but like keep our pitch the same. So let's try that. So let's go back and we'll listen to him again. We'll try again.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Okay, so that was a bit better. Now, one thing that I want you guys to understand also is that what is it? The audio, the like reciter audio, it's there to help you kind of, understand, what is the pitch that you're supposed to be reciting at and when to go down and when to go up. But really, you should remove it once you've kind of figured that out. For two reasons. One, the most important one is that, the goal of this app isn't to just use the app, right? It's not like it's a game or something. I know it looks a lot like a game, and it may actually even be classified as a game in the App Store, but it's not. It's a learning tool, right? And so the goal of this is for us to be able to recite the way that we want, outside of the game. And so we don't want to be dependent on listening to the reciter's recitation to do that, right? We want to be able to do it ourselves. And the second reason is that you'll actually find that you will do better in the app when you remove the audio. Because what happens is when you're like listening to the audio, and what happens is like you end up doing things a little bit late because you're listening and then repeating after that, right? Like, if you remove the audio, then you tend to follow the movement of the ball more, like that bouncing of the ball, and that is what ends up having you do better in the game. So let's remove the audio. I'll start back and we'll do this mute reciter audio. So
الله أكبر الله أكبر
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So see, I did a bit better that time. Okay, let's continue. So that was pretty easy, right? It was just right? Now the second verse is significantly more difficult, but we can see if we can break it down. Let's see.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Okay, so there's a lot going on there, right? So let's pause and look at the notes. So one thing that he does, right, is he starts really low and then he jumps up, right? Allah. So that's one thing to watch out for. But then the note that he goes to is actually our same note, the same note that we left out before, right? The Allah. He just goes back to that same note. And so what you can see also is he goes back and forth, right? But that's actually pretty simple as well. So it's just two notes, and he's just going back and forth between them, right? Allahu Akbar, Allah, right? Allah. Once again, things become really simple once we can see these notes. Um, and then after that, he does some little fluctuation, right? Which a fluctuation is like switching quickly between notes, right? He goes, oh, 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 right? Oh. Now, once again, that is something that even me before I like put this into the app, like um, I couldn't really imagine like what he's actually doing there. But once I built this into the app, this recitation, then it becomes even really clear for me. I'm like, okay, well he just goes down and up and then goes down again, right? So let's try that. Mm, Allahu Akbar, Allah. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I need the reciter audio. So let's put the reciter audio and then go back. Because even you saw, like I don't have the notes fully in my head right now, so I need the reciter audio to guide me to get me to that point. So let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Okay.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Okay, so let's go back again, right? So the idea of this isn't just to play through it and then you're done, right? Like I said, this is a learning tool. So we take each verse and we want to get it till it's good, and then we move on. And then also when we're done, then we leave the app, and we're able to do this outside. We're able to like practice this, in our cars, wherever we are. And eventually, when it's time for us to do the adhan and the masjid, it's there. We have the tune in our head. So let's go back and let's try it again.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Okay, I think I get it. So let's turn off the reciter audio and let's do it again.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I see much better. Let's also want to demonstrate maybe using the speed. So maybe that's too fast, right, for a lot of us. So we can actually slow it down to make it even more clear exactly what like the notes that he's doing. So slow it down and then let's go back.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
It's really interesting. Like even like I said, like when I chose this recitation, there were things that he did, like in terms of like vocal fluctuations, which really weren't like clear to me until I built built the recitation in the app. And now, like that last thing that he did, he goes like, oh. It was really, really unclear to me, like how many notes was he going up, was he going down? But here now I can see it, right? It's just he's at a lower note. I wish I had like a mouse pointer I could like point to what I'm talking about. But he's like he's low, and then he goes, so it's just going one from one note up, down, right? Allahu Akbar. Yeah, you do it like that. Um, so yeah, let's try it. So now it's slow, right? So that means when I recite, I'll recite at that slow pitch. And I will, what will I do? I'll take the reciter audio off.
الله
Allahu
أكبر
Akbar.
الله أكبر
Um, oh, I'm sorry. Well, I meant to not have the reciter audio, but I undid the mute. So let's try that again one more time.
الله أكبر الله
Sorry, I accidentally clicked the close screen button. Let's see if it broke everything.
أكبر الله أكبر
Let's speed it up.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
All right, now this one is even more difficult. I didn't say this was an easy recitation. So maybe we can look at this and then we'll probably stop the stream. So once again, right, he goes really low and then he goes back to our bass note that we were starting at again, right? Ashhadu, right? Ashhadu. And then once again, he's going between these notes, right? So he starts at one note and then he does some fluctuation. He goes up, down, up. And then he stays up a little bit and then he goes higher, even higher than that, right? And then he comes back down again. So it's like, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Like that. One thing also that I've noticed from doing, like, making this app is that, I always used to think that, like, the reciters would jump, their pitch would jump around a lot. Like they would go from low to high, from high to low. But one thing that I realized is that they actually really don't do that a lot. Like what we see at the beginning of this recitation where he goes, or this verse where he goes, Ashhadu, right? He starts low and then jumps high. That rarely happens. Like it only really happened at the beginning, something like that. Usually, almost always what they're doing is how do I say this? Like they're just moving continuously through notes, right? So they won't go from note 1 to note 4, back to 2, and then back to 1, right? It'll most of the time be okay, he's at 1, and then he goes up to 2, back to 1, up to 2, back to 1, up to 2, and then he stays at 2, and then he goes up to 3, and then it goes from 3 back to 2, back to 1, and then from 1 he goes, we'll say there's 0, he goes to 0, and he goes back to 1, and then he'll go back to 2, and then back to 1, and then back to 0, and then so they're always moving continuously through the notes, but it's just the way that they do that is what we're trying to figure out. So I don't know, for me that helped simplify things a lot. All right, it's not it's just randomly jumping. It's just sometimes they'll go up, sometimes they'll go down. right? Sometimes they'll go up, 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 and then they'll go down, down, down. Sometimes they'll go up, down, up, down, up, down. Um, yeah, that's something that I don't know that I've realized. But yes, let's try this. I think I probably need to hear it again because I don't remember what he did. And then we'll take out this mute reciter audio. So let's go back.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
And one other thing I've noticed is that they also repeat things a lot, right? So that this last fluctuation that we see here, this oh, that's the same fluctuation that we saw before, right? In the previous like verse, he did the same thing. Oh, so especially with the adhan, sometimes you won't notice it because it might be on like different words, but they're actually just using the same tune. So let's try it again, and maybe I'll take off the reciter audio.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. Okay. And then so, like I said, once we're done with the game or with the app, once we feel like we've gotten it, then we want to try to practice it completely on our own, right? Without using the app. So, let's see. We have to kind of memorize what the notes were. So let's see if I can do that, right? The first one was that going down 3 and then back up 3, right? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. I hope that was on point. But yeah, so hopefully that gives you guys kind of an understanding of how the app is, I guess, intended to be used. So we'll see. Maybe inshallah I will make more videos like this. I definitely want to add more into the app. I want to add more educational content. Not so much just repeating reciters, but actually giving you the user like an understanding of what are these notes, what these notes mean, and trying to give you a greater control of your own voice. So we'll see what that happens. But yeah, hopefully this helped. Yeah, inshallah I will upload this. So if you want to watch it again, or if people weren't able to tune into the live, hopefully they will be able to benefit. Okay, assalamu alaikum.